Hello, little warriors. Just coming on to talk to you today about the battle plan going forward for the next few months, going into Lent and the Easter season. I've been praying about and really thinking about what we may be called to do as the warriors of Mary and what she is calling us to do in this time, in this moment. The battle is getting really fierce out there. Every day I hear more and more of marriages falling apart, of broken families, family members falling away from the church, from God, and it's just heartbreaking. And I really think that the call for us is to really fight that battle with Mary beside her. And so praying about that, I was led back to thinking about 3 years ago when I did my first Nineveh 90. I had stumbled across it on Facebook in one of the groups, and I felt really called to participate. It's not easy. It definitely takes a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice, but the prayer life you develop through that, the discipline, the relationship with God and Mary and Jesus that you develop is life-changing. So that initially started me on this path to a more devout prayer life, really, really trying to discover God's will for my life, thus starting these 54-day Rosary Novena groups, and then the Warriors of Mary. And now I'm going back to that, and I want to bring you all with me. So if any are willing, I did post a video prior to this that really goes into detail about the Nineveh 90. So you can watch that and pray about if you feel called to join me. We'll set up a separate group for that again, just so this group doesn't get overwhelmed with all the posts and everything, and then the people who may not feel called to participate, then they're not getting bombarded with all that too. So with that would start on February 14th, and on Wednesdays and Fridays we would fast. I was thinking about it today, and I thought, what if we could make Wednesdays, the fasting day for men, for husbands, fathers, sons, really focus on fasting for them. And, men and women alike, we would fast together and then pray specifically for the men. And then on Fridays, we could pray specifically for the women, the wives, the mothers, the daughters. So that was my thought. And you can all let me know what you all think about all this in your comments, And also you develop a disciplined lifestyle. Rising early, daily prayer time, really focusing on health, daily exercise, a good routine, healthy eating. You give up desserts during the week. On Sundays, it's a bit more lax. You can allow yourself, say, to have a beer or a glass of wine with dinner or a dessert, but you don't go all out. Just one thing you can allow yourself to have on Sundays. And of course, feast days. There's a few special feast days during this time that it's encouraged to feast on those days, to celebrate those saints and those memorials. So that would go from February 14th to May 13th, the Feast of Our Lady of Fatima. So 103rd anniversary of Our Lady of Fatima this year. And she was the one who really called us to prayer, penance, that the final battle would be for marriages and families. So I really feel like that's a very special feast day, especially for our group. And in that, during this time, I would encourage us all to participate in a consecration to St. Joseph. Father Calloway just came out with an awesome book, The Consecration to St. Joseph. I'm going to get one, and that would start on February 16th, so 2 days after we start the Nineveh 90, and that would go to March 19th. So then we would consecrate ourselves and our families to St. Joseph. And I think that's very important. St. Joseph is one we need to start going to more and more. And he really, he's the head of the Holy Family, so he can fight on behalf of our families as well. And then from April 10th to May 13th, we would do a consecration to Mary. So I would encourage you all just to follow the 33 Days to Morning Glory by Father Michael Gately. So it's going to show up backwards, but I have the book here. So you can get this off Amazon. And it's really good. It takes 3 minutes a day to do that one. And I really encourage you all to do that as well. So we'll consecrate to St. Joseph, then we'll consecrate to Our Lady. And really you know, call down the Holy Family to intercede for us and for our families. I think it's very important that we do that. Even if you have done these consecrations before, it doesn't hurt to do it again. I did that one 3 years ago too, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. I think, yearly consecration is very important. And then we would do another Rosary Novena, of course, during that time. So initially, I had thought March 19th to May 13th was 90 days. And then counting today, I discovered that it wasn't. It was actually 92 days. So, because I was all excited we could do March 19th, St. Joseph, to May 13th, Our Lady of Fatima. But apparently that doesn't work. So apparently my calendar was teasing me. So I was thinking about maybe we could do March 20th, the day after the consecration, to May 12th, the day before the consecration to Our Lady. So right in the middle of that, we would do the 54-day Rosary Novena. So it would start the day after St. Joseph's feast day, and then end on the vigil of Our Lady of Fatima. And then on the feast of Our Lady of Fatima, we would do the total consecration. So I thought that would be a good preparation for that too. And we would do the Rosary Novena for marriages and families, and conversion of our fallen away family members, and whatever other intentions you would have. I'm sure I'll write up a little bit for that when the time comes about what our intentions are. And so that's it. I know that sounds like a lot, and I really encourage you to pray and discern about whether you feel called to join me in this. Like I said, I will set up another group. I'm thinking I'll just utilize the group that I have going right now for the 54-day Rosary Novena that's ending on January 30th, and then I'll change the name, and then I'll post the link for that group if you're not already in it, and you can join. So that is the battle plan. I really feel called to this. I really feel like it's time to buckle down and really fight this battle going into this new decade, and really call on the angels, the saints, Our Lady, St. Joseph, to fight on our behalf. And I don't want to lose this battle. So I'm ready to fight till the end, as long as Our Lady calls us to. So yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think. And I'm so thankful for you all here. And also, I was going to mention, if anybody has any skill in websites or, online stuff, because that's where my expertise is very limited in that. I thought it would be really neat if we could set up a website